Hello. I'm not sure if anybody will be watching this, but it will remain on YouTube for the time being. But just explanation that I've not uploaded in a while. That being that I've got exams coming up, so I'm going to put my time into that. In fact, I've got a religious exam on Monday, so I thought, since I've been uploading in a while, I thought I'd do a bit of a live stream just to make sure that, it's been about a month since I uploaded, so to make sure that people have got something. So after this obviously live stream's done, I'll leave this up that people can watch it, because I haven't really got the time until I've done my exams to start editing videos again. So I'll continue doing that once I've done my exams. So I'll start in a minute, but before I do, I'll start to say a prayer. Dear Lord Father, who art in heaven above, please sanctify me and this listener and listeners, that we may truly comprehend and understand the true meaning of the Bible, not by ourselves, but by the Holy Spirit. Please guide us and lift us through the Bible, that we may truly understand it. All glory to Christ, hallowed be your name. Amen. Okay, so where I left off, Genesis 7, I will go back to Genesis 8, as soon as I find it. Here we are. Nope, missed it. Okay, here we are. So I proceed. Genesis chapter 8, number 1. And of course this is the King James Bible, I say as the other ones were. I think there's 1, 2 and 3, they were New International Version, but if I'm not putting ones, are going to be King James. And let's start. So Genesis chapter 8, number 1. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days. And again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons, and thy sons' wives with thee, and bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his son's wife with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds, went forth after the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savour. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. So that's the one. So yeah, that's Genesis 8. And get a sip. Very nice. And I will start Genesis 9 in a minute. Dry my throat. Okay, right, I apologise for that. And so, let's have a look, right. So Genesis chapter 9, number 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of ye, and the dread of ye, shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for ye, even as the green herb have I given ye all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by a man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. And you, be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah, and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and your seed after ye, and with every living creature that is with ye, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with ye, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with thee, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there be any more, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be taken for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood, destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, This is a token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth after the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done with him, and done unto him. Excuse me. Done should be. Excuse me for that. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. A drink. So that was Genesis 9. Not sure how long this will end up being, but interesting to see, I reckon. Let's have a look. So I got 1 viewer here. Thank you for watching. Of course, you know, I don't expect you to, we don't have to, of course, stay long. You can leave at any point, I'm not bothered. But thank you for listening. You know, I'm not doing this for myself, I'm just doing it trying to get the word of God out there. So I think that's the most important thing I could be doing. I recognise that I do sometimes fail to fulfill God in all sort of ways, and even today I had an incident where I felt like I should have been or stopped to help this woman. I'm not really sure what she's doing. She was like breaking sticks and he's gone. But okay, don't matter. I love you, God. Oh, glory to Christ. But I digress. Genesis chapter 10, number 1. Right. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ra'amah, and Sabtecha. And the sons of Ra'amah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Eresh, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Asher, and he builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah, and Reshen between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Naptuim, and Pathrushim, and Cashlahim, out of whom came Philistim, and Catorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite and the Amorite, and the Gergasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite, and afterward the families of the Cainites spread abroad. And the border of the Cainites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom, and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. And to Shem also, the father of all children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Aram, and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gephar, and Mash, and Arphaxad begat Selah, and Selah begat Eber. And to Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan, and Joktan begat Ammadad, and Shelep, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerar, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Dechla, and Ubal, and Abimiel, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling was from Meshar, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, from their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So that also was Genesis 10. That's all I had planned, but I'm definitely more than 19 minutes. Let's go drink. Lovely. Did have a good cuppa. Let's do that. 11. Okay, so I'll do next one now. That being Genesis chapter 11. Number 1. And the whole earth was of one language, and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said to one another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and stone had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the earth, from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build a city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old, and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years, and begat Selah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Selah 403 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Selah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Serug. And Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. And Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. And the name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Ishkah. But Sarai was barren; she had no children, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife. And they went forth from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Oof. So that's Genesis 8, 9, 10 and 11. I think that's quite good. Don't mind me, just going to quick cover. And I'm very grateful for one viewer, might be someone separate, who've been watching this. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much. I aim to please God and not myself, and I'm truly sorry that it's taken so long to do. Not that one. Excuse me. And I hope that you have enjoyed listening to me read the Bible. I will be back shortly. Assume probably a couple of weeks, really. Guess maybe I need to think here because I've got my exams. I think maybe 2 weeks time I'll be back. In the meantime, I might do another live stream because I found it quite helpful indeed that I can of course not have to worry about the whole editing side, and it saves me a lot of time. So all thanks be to God, and all this recording I've done is for the glory of God, and I pray that whoever be listening to this may take this in the context of God, that ye may truly appreciate your life, and that you can see the gift that God has given upon you. And so I pray that the listeners of this, whether this be live or when it's uploaded to YouTube, I pray that ye find the Lord and that the Holy Spirit may fill your life. And now, if you don't mind, I will briefly speak in tongues. From Budapest, from Moisida Akazavrichka Horo, from Budapest Akadabrum or Gadid Orishka. Lord, Please fill us all with the Holy Spirit, that we may glorify you. Amen. Thank you for listening. That will conclude my live stream. God bless.